back to episode number 20 of Tea-nage Wasteland, which is crazy to me that this is already number 20, that I've done 20 of these reviews. It's also crazy to me that it's not a higher number than that by this point for how long I've been doing these, but what have ya. So, what do we have today? It is the tea I was cringing over earlier this week during one of my lip balm reviews I was using for the drink test, which pretty much tells you right from the get-go how I feel about this one, but maybe I can doctor it up and make it better if I add honey to it, but we're gonna do it unadulterated first, and then I'll try and doctor it up and see how I feel. But this is Tazo in Apricot Vanilla Creme. Here it is in all its glory. This treat of white tea delight. Oh wait, I already screwed it up. This treat of a white tea delights with hints of fresh apricot and Tahitian vanilla. Sounds like it should be delicious, right? By all accounts, this should be one of my favorite things. And yet, somehow, I love how they all just went into my face. But, by the way, it has caffeine level 3, which is 31 to 45 milligrams, so that's a thing. Okay, so here is the little thing. It's very peachy, apricot-y color. It is a white tea with natural flavors. Thank you, Captain Obvious! And they want you to steep it for 3 minutes. I can do that. Copyright 2012. Just let me check that expiration date. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, seriously, if this expired in 2012, I'm out, but no. Alright. I was like, that could be what's wrong with it, but no. Okay. I am going to point out how alarmed I am at the discoloration on this bag. We see up near the staple, it's white, and then the staining of yellow all up in here, and then it's white again at the bottom. That does not give me a great feeling of confidence about it, and it's not the only one like that. It makes me sad. But, at this distance, it smells good. However, actually, okay, at this distance, specifically, it smells very apricot-y and very good. Now, you don't want to get it too close to your nose, because there's something funky when you get it up close. It smells almost like something spoiled in it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I wish it didn't. I even bought a second box seeing if maybe the first one was jacked up, but no, that is apparently just what this smells like. And now I'm stuck with 2 instead of 1 boxes of it. It just... I don't want to compare it to rotting fruit, but if the shoe fits, that's kind of what this smells like. It's just weird because out at this distance, this far from my face, it smells normal. It just smells like normal apricot-iness. But then you bring it up to your nose, it's like, oh dear God. Why? Why does it smell that way? Why do I keep smelling it is the better question. I'm like, as if it's magically going to change the more times I smell it. I just don't even know. I don't even know. Just, ugh. And it also has this weird dusty smell to it as well, which also disturbs me. So, dusty, rotting fruit. No. Dusty, rotting apricot is what this smells like. Does that sound like something you want to put in a cup of tea and drink? We're going for it. Because reasons. So I'm gonna go ahead and steep that. Get it going in there. It's a white tea, so it's not gonna get very dark. But, it's getting to about pea colored. That's also not the most appealing thing in the world, but we're doing this because I love you guys. Oh my God. I really wanted this to be so much better than it is, but after, like, the peach cobbler one that just smelled like apples, which, I mean, at least isn't bad, it's good, it just isn't peach, I was hoping, well, maybe this one will be more peachy, but it just smells barfy. And in the water, It's deceptive. It smells better in the water than it does in the bag up close to your nose, but then you taste it, it's like, oh god, all bets are off. So I'm gonna let that steep, and I'm gonna read to you my favorite part of this brand, their ridiculous little story on the side of the box that they have for each flavor. So, for Apricot Vanilla Creme, new white tea buds in the splendor of youth swing from the branch of an apricot tree, giggling delicately in the sweet fruited air. Tahitian vanilla dances and twirls in creamy intoxication. That's how we're describing this. Yup. That. For the record, I pick up on absolutely zero freaking vanilla in this anywhere. Or cream. Creme. Whatever. I get rotting apricot is what I get out of this, and dust. It's not a good smell. It is an even worse flavor. And it just makes me sad. So I'm gonna check on this again. Try and not get the tag to fall in it this time like last time. But, yeah, see, in here, right now, it smells okay. And this is where I got false hope before. Because I was like, well, maybe it's just the tea bag that smells funky. Maybe it'll taste good. But for what it's worth, steeped in the water, it does just smell like apricot, like normal, non-rotting apricot. Still no vanilla. Maybe a little bit of creme, but no vanilla. And yes, there is a difference between the two. But it's just odd. So as is, I don't think it's been 3 minutes, but I'm gonna taste it anyway and just tell you unadulterated what it tastes like before I add anything to it. And I will have to stop the video to go add honey to it and come back, but bottoms up. It's not as bad this time. Maybe because I knew what to expect this time from the first time around. You do get an apricot-y flavor in there. The aftertaste is interesting to me. That may be where the vanilla is hiding, is in the aftertaste. I know I'm tasting the cream, or creme, I'm sorry, in the aftertaste. I'm not positive on the vanilla, but if it's there, I'm pretty sure it's in the aftertaste. But, maybe I let it steep too long the first time, that was the issue, because it was way more sour and bitter the first time I tasted this. So, for what it's worth, this doesn't taste as bad as it did the first cup that I brewed of this. Or even the first 2 cups that I brewed of it. So maybe that's the key. Don't let it steep too long. But I do think it could use a little bit of sweetening for what it may be worth to you. Just to see. I'm not even going to add that much, because with apricot, it's one of those flavors where if you overdo it, it gets disgusting. But, and I'm on the fence between, do I want to do sugar or do I want to do honey? I think I'm gonna go with honey this time. If it doesn't work out, I'll try sugar next time, although it won't be on camera. I'll just have to, like, leave it in the comments somewhere how it went, but okay. So this isn't as terrible as my first impressions was with it, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't review it that day, because that day it would have been a very negative review. At least at this point, alright, the bags still smell like utter crap, but at least the tea itself is capable of tasting okay if you do it right. So, at this point, nothing added to it. I think I would rate it maybe 3.5 out of 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get some tea for this, and I'm gonna get some honey for this tea, and I'm gonna sweeten it. I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna tell you how it is with honey in it. Okay, so I added the honey to it, I stirred it in, then took out the tea bag thinking that, okay, Probably shouldn't just leave that in there or it'll reach the point of grossness like the other ones did. Just in that time, it took me to walk downstairs, add the honey, stir the honey, and pull out that bag. It tipped over the other side into the gross territory. Damn it. And it just, I don't know. I don't know if it's the wonkiness. I don't know if this would have been better if I'd done this before it hit that point. I don't know if it would taste wonky with tea either way. I feel like honey is one of those flavors with a flavor as delicate as apricot that it's probably going to overpower it no matter what. And I was kind of thinking that even before I did it, thinking maybe I should do sugar, but I was trying to be healthier, so I did honey instead of sugar, and apparently that was a mistake. So now it smells and tastes kind of barfy. Yeah, that's exactly what it smells and tastes like now, is barf. Yep, that is a thing. Like, apricot-y barf. Cute. And it tastes almost just as vile. So it was not all in my imagination before. Apparently there is a very fine line with this tea that if it's in there even a little bit too long, it goes over a steep cliff and it just, nope, yeah, fucked it up. The other times I made it did not have honey in it, so I can't blame it all on the honey, because it happened the other 2 times I made this, and it was just as bad. So I'm like, oh. So apparently this would have happened either way, just by leaving the bag in there. So, take the time recommendation very seriously on this. Do not leave it in there a second longer, apparently, because it doesn't take much to tip it over that side. So at this point, I would give it more like a 1.5 out of 5. So depending on how well you prepare it, it may be a 3 out of 5, it may be a 3.5 out of 5, or it may be a 1.5 out of 5. Yeah, there's kind of no winning with this one, and that makes me dislike it just for being that finicky that you have to be so precise with it. This is probably the only tea I've ever owned where you have to have that type of, like, hair trigger precision to not screw it up. But it's disgusting. Ugh. And normally I love honey and tea, so it's not like that's the issue here. If you're new to this channel, that's not the problem. And it doesn't just taste like honey. If that's all it were, I wouldn't be grossed out. This literally tastes vomity. Just like, the other 2 times that I made the tea. So I really don't know. I don't know why it does that. I don't know what it is about this flavor. Maybe there's something about apricot that after a certain temperature it just gets disgusting. I don't know. But it's not good. It's not my favorite. I probably won't be buying this one again. It's gonna take a lot of willpower to use it up, just saying, but it's not good. So for those of you who delight in seeing me review things that I don't like, today's your lucky day, because you got one of these and you got a really bad lip balm review. So 2 for the price of 1, just saying. But this is, the aftertaste on this now, too, is really bad. I'm like, it was so pleasant like 5 minutes ago. What the hell? I don't know how it could change so vastly, so fast. You saw it was okay when I first tried it. And I was sipping it repeatedly. It's not like it was a fluke of one sip that I thought was okay. It was consistently okay until I walked downstairs. Maybe it was the motion of stirring it that made more of it get into the... That wouldn't make sense, because I never added anything to the other cups of it. So therefore there was no stirring, and still happened. I don't know. I don't freaking know. All I know is this is honestly pretty gross. Would I recommend it? No. Even at the higher end, even made correctly, I don't think I would, in all honesty, if I'm being blunt with you. So, save your pennies on this one. Go with the one that I reviewed last time. That one's actually consistently very good, no matter what you do. So, but yeah, so anyway, that's about all I have to say for this one. Very disappointing. Especially for the price point, it's very disappointing. But anyway, that's all I have to say for this. So, As usual, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already like to be, click subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Any of you guys had the misfortune of trying this one? Maybe you had a really good experience with this one. Let me know in the comments down below, because I'm very curious to know other people's thoughts on this one, because I can't seem to find many people who've tried this one, so. Or anything else you feel like leaving me, and make sure you follow my social media accounts. They're all linked down below. If you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is in the description. So anyway, guys, till next time, bye.